welcome to MFAC Coaching. If you are here from the YouTube Loop group hosted by Lisa Marie, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited about this video. And if you're here as one of my loyal subscribers, you are amazing. Thank you so much. The theme for the Loop group is mushrooms, and I do not have anything clever about that. I'm just going to show you how I am going to use mushrooms in my planner, and I will talk more about that after the break. I'm super excited actually about this video because I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to start a spread this week and I'm going to finish it next week. So this week, the theme is mushrooms. Next week, the theme is spring animals. And I'm going to do a lot of birds next week. And so I am going to create the forest with some mushrooms that we can use this week in the planner. And then next week I'll come back. I'm going to add the spring animals and call it a day. So that's going to be super fun, at least for me. I've never done that before. So we'll see how it all works out. I just grabbed a bunch of mushroom stickers and some other kind of forest stickers. So these are stickers from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop that I actually added some gold and brown to. They were in black and white and I just wanted some color. These are mushroom stickers. I'm just literally, it's a whole sheet of stickers, I think for spring. I got these from my mother and I just pulled them out for this little set of mushrooms right here. That's it. Then I got a lot of JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop because she has a whole set with some mushrooms. So I'm going to use all of those. I found some mushrooms in some stickers from Designer Chameleon. So I've got those and those from her Enchanted Forest set. Because it's a forest, she had a woodland creature set, so I pulled that. And again, from the Enchanted Forest, she had some quotes. It says, Mother Nature has the best box of crayons, so I'm going to use that. And then lastly, I found some additional mushrooms in my planning in blue jeans. I do know that another shop that I oftentimes PR for and show off is Fairy Love Designs. She's got a whole mushroom set. I just have already used all of those, so I didn't have any left to use in this video. All right, so let's see how this is all going to come together. I think first, I'll go ahead and lay down my trees. I want to do one on this end and one on the other end. I think if I bookend it, that will be helpful in really making sure that we feel like it's a forest. All right. Oh my gosh, this is so, I'm like a giddy little kid about this because I just had no clue. I knew I was going to do mushrooms, right? I didn't have anything like some sort of clever take on mushrooms. Although I did for a moment think about like making a list of mushrooms that you could eat for, in my meal planner like I did a couple weeks ago, or at this point a couple months ago, but I decided that was not nearly as much fun. And then when I realized I could like create this kind of background and then next week come back and finish it, I got so excited. You just don't even know. So you'll have to let me know if you've ever done this before where you've usually I just do one spread in a sitting. Like I just sit down, create the spread, for better, for worse, it's done. Use it that next week, call it a day. But obviously I'm trying something different here. And it's just, I don't know, I'm like, just think I'm having so much fun with it. So, yeah, so you'll have to tell me if this is something you've ever done before or not. I'm going to be using like the end of some of these. It's so much fun to get to the end. All right. Anyway, I'm starting with the things that kind of just seem to make the most sense. And I think we'll just do it this way. There we go. Just a little bit, there's going to be a little bit of like showing through, but I might later take like a gold pen and try and fill that in. Actually, I have these pens, metallic color brush pens. I got these actually from Temu, so they were fairly inexpensive, but I thought they might be a fun way just to fill in where these are. They don't quite cover. But I wanted to add just a little bit more color. Since I have this whole like Mother Nature having the best set of crayons, leads me to believe I really got to lean into all these colors. The planner that I'm using, this is a Tori Artiste planner. Super fun. I'm going to move this over just a little. I am just loving this planner. I was a little worried about it because there's so much color on the page already, and I was very worried that that would be restrictive in some ways, but I have not found it at all restrictive. I found it really, really fun to incorporate that like into the planner spread. So it has just been so much fun. And then this planner I actually use as my Patreon planner. So if you've been listening to my videos, I talk a lot about my Patreon group. I probably should apologize for that, but I'm just really not sorry. So sorry about that. But my Patreon group, we talk about a different emotion every month. The emotion for the month of April is actually guilt. So it's a really interesting one. In the sense it's something I think many of us feel, because many of us feel guilt. But that doesn't mean that we necessarily should feel a lot of guilt, that is. All right, so right now my plan is essentially just to kind of layer the bottom in different ways with all the mushrooms. And then next week I'll add some animals, some spring animals. So birds, I'll probably, use these deer. But for now, I just want the mushroom ones. All right. So we'll start with some of the bigger ones. And then we'll just kind of do some layering around them. I'm going to go ahead and just like add these flowers. Largely because I didn't want anything that was like, I didn't want that sheet to just have the flowers on them, but also because I think it'll be fun to see how the ocean, I almost said ocean floor, how the forest floor comes alive in that sense. I'm going to go ahead and do in this smaller one that I've used, and obviously I used it, or maybe it's not obvious, but the reason it looks as it does, it's like half of that, is because I used it in another spread. Oh, so much fun. So I would be interested to know what you think of when you think of guilt. I'm gonna reach out and grab this little set of mushrooms. I thought and I might still do it. I think it could be fun to cut these off and then like put them as though they're coming sideways off one of these trees. Oh, I don't know, guys, if I can't remember the word trees. Because yeah, because sometimes that's how mushrooms are, especially like the shelf mushrooms. I thought about maybe drawing some shelf mushrooms, but I'll be honest, I don't know if I am a great, well, I don't, let's be really honest, I do not think I am a great artist. And so I don't want to do anything that would kind of compromise the art of the tree. The coloring over it the way I did already is hard for me. I don't know if it looks as good as it did before, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. But yeah, it's so funny that I say that. It's like I feel, I mean, I don't feel guilty for not liking my own art. But like there's a part of me that's like, oh, should I like work harder to like my own art? I don't know. Anyway, I just thought about that because of guilt. But like I thought about like if I cut this off, I don't know, it just doesn't, but I could cut this off. Oh, okay, I like that. Okay. Just because I was talking about it and it looks flat and I think this will be really cute. I'm going to go ahead. We'll see. Maybe I'll hate it. That's all right. I've done so many embarrassing things on this channel now. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to cut just a little bit there. It's like I saw it fall off, but I don't know where it went. As I search for the little piece. It's not this one. That was the... Okay, well, maybe I'll find it. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'll do a little bit of... Do I want to do it? I think I'll do it on this side. Nope. No, I won't. Just kidding. But I will do it on this side. I just like that shelf mushroom there. All right, now I'm going to put some more mushrooms down here at the bottom. I didn't love where that one landed, so I'm going to move it around. Oh, there it is. Having trouble picking it up, so I'm going to go ahead and use some tweezers. Oh my gosh, it's like I didn't even push it down. There we go. So I'm going to put the rest of these mushrooms down here, I think. And that'll really be it for this part of the video, because the next part of the video will be next week. I'm going to add, as I've said, I'm going to add animals. So next week I will find a way to add, you know, some deer. I've also got these spring animals. I want to like have them kind of coming up into the forest. Oh, look at the bear. I love the bear. We'll figure it out next week. Look at the birds. But yeah, you can imagine that this is probably coming out in some way, shape, or form. And then I will use probably some of these boxes. This set from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop, as you can probably tell, I bought it more than once. I love it. I'm going to add some acorns here. Just fill out this bottom part just a little bit more. All right. So that's where we are at so far. So I hope you will join the Loop group next week. Slightly different group of people, but the theme will be spring animals, and I will fill the rest of this with some spring animals. Probably talk to you maybe a little bit more about guilt. So if you have any questions about guilt, how to experience it and how to respond to it in a way that you would feel stronger for, instead of letting it eat at you, let me know. Put that in the comments below and I'll address that next week. If you don't, that's okay. You can let me know what you think of the mushrooms so far, and if you've ever done like half a spread and the next week finished it. I'm really having fun with this. I definitely am imagining like putting a bird here that's like flying. Okay, I'm excited. All right, thank you so much for joining. A little bit more about the Loop group in case you don't know. In my notes below, I am connecting to the next person in the loop. If you get back to my video, then you've watched everyone in the loop. So you can see what other people think about the idea of mushrooms. I look forward to going through all the videos myself. The one thing that I didn't get to say about mushrooms is I'm like very fascinated by the use of mushrooms in clinical settings. When it comes to things like guilt in particular, we are finding that you can be on mushrooms in a clinical setting. So it's a very safe scenario. You know that the drug that you would be taking is exactly what is promised. So this is not something I would say you should do at home, but you could go into the setting. You would have a conversation about your guilt, about what it is that is causing you an extreme guilt, an extreme response to your guilt, and talk about how, like, what response you want to be having, what you wish would be different. You can then ingest some mushrooms, go into the clinical setting. You'll have people talk about having a conversation with themselves, and they come out of that and they are better. They're able to handle guilt in a way that was new and unique to them, that no other experience has allowed them to do. This has also worked really well with people who are smoking and find they cannot stop smoking. So a lot of addiction. So it's a really new area of research, really fascinating, but I feel like I can't do a video about emotions and mushrooms without mentioning some of that. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow the loop and have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye.